Well, hello there. This is Virtualis the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Merch at chessnoob64.com. The Giraffe Attack is one of my favourite lines in the Vienna game. It's not a perfectly optimal line, no, against the Anderssen Defense. It's a little bit suboptimal, but it's really, really fun to play and has a bit of a silly name as well. Let's go take a look. So I've got the white pieces in this game, and of course I played a Vienna, e4, e5, knight c3. And the Giraffe Attack is when the opponent brings out their bishop immediately, which is the Anderssen Defense. Now, one of the best moves here actually is the wayward queen. However, we can also play a semi-thematic, reasonably logical queen g4 as well, which is the Giraffe Attack. And the idea behind the Giraffe Attack is that we immediately attack the g-pawn on g7 now that it's no longer defended by the bishop. Now this position is actually a little bit suboptimal, and Stockfish calls it borderline inaccuracy, -0.4. However, in practice, it ends up being very tricky and very fun to play, and more often than not, black actually will make some pretty bad mistakes. Let's go see what happens. Now, black plays one of the most common responses here, which is queen to f6. Knight to f6 is a little bit better. However, this kind of makes sense, right? Because the queen comes out, defends the g-pawn, and now it looks like they've set up a scholar's mate type attack as well. So that looks like it's very strong. And one of the things here is, when black thinks that they've got a winning attack, they think they're winning, it looks like might even be a mistake, that often psychologically means that they presume that they are winning and there isn't going to be an attack against them. Now, against this attack, we play knight f3. So this seems to be very solid, defensive, and it looks like we no longer have an attack. And so against this move, very commonly, black will just decide to take a breather and say, look, it's time for me to develop as well, and play knight to c6. And that is what my opponent played. And you can see that's a blunder, because we basically have a trap. They need to defend against knight to d5, thematic move in the Vienna, and in not doing so, it's a blunder. This is about a +5 blunder. That's how strong our position is. But this move against a seemingly crushing attack by black, it's, where, the opponent thinks you have a weakness, it becomes your strength. That is a blunder. And we now have knight to d5, attacking the queen, attacking the c7 square, and black is in some trouble, because don't forget, we're attacking the g7 square, the g-pawn as well. Black thought for a little while, and they brought the queen all the way back to defend c7. That's basically a mistake. The best move that black can play here is to try to trade queens and then accept that loss of the rook, because now with this attack here, basically they're going to lose both the king's rook and the king's knight. And basically on move 5 out of the opening, black is losing. Queen captures. They bring the knight forward. That's fine. I just move my king out of the way so that when they take, that doesn't come with check. They take, captures, they try to attack my other knight, I take the rook. They take my knight, I now do something very tricky, push the d-pawn, attacking the bishop, and potentially there's an attack here, because after takes, king forced move, and then that will be a skewer of the king against the queen, and basically I can win the queen. So they take, you can see that's a mistake. They needed to trade queens. Captures, king in check, king must move forward, bishop g5 with check. There we go. And at this point, I was basically thinking, I could just take, that forces the king away and take, But I thought potentially, look, maybe I've got some sort of conservative attack. Maybe there's a mating net here as well that I could exploit. So I actually decided not to even take that way, to take their queen. So I give a check, king moves forward. I give a check with the bishop, king slides across. Here I take with the bishop with an attack. Obviously they can't take back. Their queen has to move out of the way. I move my queen here. Now there's going to be potentially a discovered attack. Well, any sort of bishop move will be a discovered attack. They decide to try to hightail their king, basically manually, effectively move it all the way to the corner. That's fine. Take. They move now. And here I saw this queen is about to get trapped. They take, you can see it's a blunder. Here it's a mate in 11. I move my rook out of the way. They move their bishop again. And bang, the rook to g8. Every single square the black queen can go to is now covered by one of my pieces. They see that emotional damage and they opt to resign. Good game, GG. The big takeaway from this game is to play the Giraffe Attack if you are a Vienna Game player. Objectively, it is not the most accurate response to the Anderssen Defense, but I would argue it is the most fun. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.